my own programme, but racing is underway, so we won't get that today. Off we go then, 250cc solos, and 16, Adam Shipp is straight into the lead. Looks like Gary Wells is going around the outside with him. No, it isn't, it's David Knowles. 16, Adam Shipp, David Knowles in second place, then Paul Simmons, and I believe that the 250cc solos this afternoon have all been condensed into one race due to so many non-starters. So this is all there is of the 250s, race 1 and 2 combined, and here they come. 16, it is Adam Shipp from David Knowles, from Paul Simmons, Chris Still. It looks like Scott Campos. 64, David Knowles goes into the lead ahead of Adam Shipp. Adam Shipp chases hard, they get caught up with the tail ender, and it causes Adam Shipp to lose a few more yards, and David Knowles is away. Adam Shipp comes again at him on the inside. It's tight stuff as they come round that corner, and up the straight they go, and the checkered flag goes at David Knowles from Adam Shipp, from Paul Simmons, from Chris Still, Scott Campos. Number 57 is a lap in arrears, and it was number 20, 74, 21. 24 and 57, a lap in arrears. 500cc solos, out I'm afraid goes number 17, Tim Mount. Out goes 58, Nick Mallet. And out goes 63, Karl Rushen. Turning the page over and the uprights. Out goes number 2, Adrian Harden. Out goes 48, Brian Cornelius. And out goes 161, Mike Webster. In comes number 63, Karl Rushen. Off the tapes they go then down the first straight and into the first turn. The whole shot seems to have gone to Richard Smith on the 350cc solos. Richard Smith back from injury this afternoon, testing his bones to see if they'll put up with it, and going well at the moment. 33, Richard Smith leads. Dave Mears in second place. So they look a bit like Phil Ranson in those green leathers. Who remembers Phil Ranson? 33, Richard Smith leading from 19, Dave Mears. Out goes 56, Richard Reed with trouble. Nat Etherington moves up in the third place. And there's Chris Watts, Ricky and Chris Pay having a side-by-side battle. Meanwhile, on the front line, making it look easy, driving hard around the Ugley Speed Bowl, it's 33, Richard Smith, from Dave Mears, from Matt Etherington, from Chris Watts, from Stuart Mears, and Chris Pay. The checkered flag goes, a fine win for 33, Richard Smith, in scintillating form this afternoon. From 19, Dave Mears. From 5, Matt Etherington. 14, Stuart Mears. 12, Chris Watts. And 59, Chris Pye.
Right, 3.
Maybe the passenger didn't show up. Anyway, here we have Gary Southgate on his own. Track Racing Committee member. Doing it the hard way. Trying to, this will be worth some points on the old grading list, won't it? 44, Gary Southgate, Joanne Bryan Brown. Joanne Bryan Brown last year had a nipper. Can't remember much about that, but I didn't know much about it actually. But fresh back from having a baby. And out on the sidecar with Gary Southgate, who failed to pull a wheelie on the start for the first time ever in this particular race. It's Gary Southgate leading, Joanne Bryan Brown. The passenger, nobody else in the race for miles. Look at the lead he's got, look. 44, Gary Southgate, Joanne Bryan Brown on the last lap flag. Getting in some practice. Believe me, he needs some practice. Half a lap to go, throttle wide open, getting some revs out of the old thing. International sidecar. Gary Southgate wins. Joanne Bryan Brown in the chair. Oh, Solo's back on the line. These are the 500cc's. These are the big ones, chaps. Matt Etherington, Rob Watts, Dave Mears, Richard Smith, Richard Cooper, John Yeldham, Jason Hilliard, Tim Mount. That's the lineup. Off they go. Looks like we're a couple short. Tim Mount is one that's short. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. John Yeldham in second place, chasing hard after Richard Smith. Richard Smith leading it, and John Yeldham following in second place. Then it's Jason Hilliard and Rob Watts. And the race continues. Battle going on between Jason Hilliard and... Oh, did you see that? John Yeldham went past somebody on the inside. Hope you got that on that. Where's that Bob with that tape? Oh, we've both used that tape. Have we got that? John Yeldham normally goes around the outside. Richard Cooper bringing up the rear. The last lap flag is out. Richard Smith really in his winning ways this afternoon. He's on form as he takes that last lap flag. 1 lap from victory. Jason Hilliard holding on to second. John Yeldham back down in third. Then Rob Watts and Richard Cooper, all the way up from Poole down there in the southern centre. Richard Smith cruises home for victory from Jason Hilliard in second, John Yeldham in third, Rob Watts in fourth, and Richard Cooper coming home in fifth. From the top, 33, 47, 46, 13, 37, 1 minute 04.09 seconds. I don't remember how far I got with those alterations to the programme, but as there's another race on the line, I suppose there's not time to do that. These are 500 solos again then. No Nick Mallet, if I remember correctly. No Karl Rushen, he's changed class. Well, not changed class, he entered the wrong class in the first place. Stevie Green looks like one of the favourites here from Rob Mears. Into the turn they go. Getting the power down on the ground. It's Scott Campos that leads, Stevie Green in second. Stevie Green goes through on the inside. Stevie Green takes up the lead. Scott Campos chases hard in second place. And I think we've got Craig Speed down there in third place. Steve Green leads at the Ugley Speed Bowl from Scott Campos. Craig Speed. And 5 at 5 at 5. Must be an additional runner. Haven't got one of those in this race. 66, Stevie Green. So that's Michael Copestake. Last lap flag for Michael Copestake, and the checkered flag for Stevie Green. 178, Scott Campos coming home in a good second place. Piling up the points to make that final this afternoon. Craig Speed coming home in third. And Michael Copestake bringing up the rear. 1000cc right-hand sidecars then. Coming out to do battle. We should have Paul Johnson, Lester Page, John Thorpe, Julian Meakins. Indeed, 4 outfits going to the line, so that looks like a complete line-up for this race. Place your bets now. Nice to see John Thorpe back. A nasty accident up at Wainfleet a couple of years ago. But, good to see John Thorpe and Ian Howell back on track. Paul Johnson, Russell Little looking like the favourites here. Lester Page and Paddy Monk will be in there somewhere, as will Julian Meakins and Tom Meakins, and John Thorpe, Ian Howell, here they come. 3 get away, one's a bit sluggish off the line. Paul Johnson it is that leads. Lester Page coming up on the inside of Julian Meakins. Julian Meakins riding up the banking, trying to gain an advantage, getting the inside line out of the turn. John Thorpe and Ian Howell. Bit of a late start for them, but they're going round. Paul Johnson, Russell Little, leading. Lester Page, Paddy Monk. And Julian and Tom Meakins. The Meakins boys, pair of brothers there. John Thorpe and Howell bringing up the rear. Good to see them back on track. 2 more laps to go then, and it is Paul Johnson that leads from Lester Page and the Meakins brothers. Oh, John Thorpe looks like he's going to get lapped by Paul Johnson. Paul Johnson takes a wide line up the banking, chasing after the lapping the tail ender as they go over the finish line. 1 more lap for Paul Johnson. Lester Page and Paddy Monk holding on to that second place. They're gaining also on the tail ender. And the Meakins boys in third. Checkered flag is out. Paul Johnson takes his first win of the afternoon. With Russell Little in the chair. And it's Lester Page and Paddy Monk. Julian and Tom Meakins in third. And 4th place, a lap in arrears after a slow start, John Thorpe and Ian Howell. Lee Jones and Steve Henderson going this one, previous Eastern Centre champions. Colin Pardo and Daniel Seville, new kids on the block this year from the Midlands. 99, Pete and Steve Colvin, father and son team there from deepest Sussex. And number 11, Andy Colvin and Luke Russell, another of the famous Colvin family. We won't be getting a number 16, Colin Pardo is actually a non-starter, but never mind. Hopefully we've got 3 in this one, and 3 we have. Off the line they come, and who's going to get the whole shot into the first turn? 99, Pete and Steve Colvin lead, Steve Henderson in second, Andy Colvin in third. The Colvins first and third at the moment. Pete and Steve Colvin then. Leading this one. Flat out down the straight. Into the next turn they come. Pete and Steve Colvin leading, Lee Henderson and Lee Jones and Steve Henderson in second place. And Andy Colvin and Luke Russell bringing up the rear in third. Those positions remaining unchanged as they come round the pitch turn, down into the hollow, then up the banking, throttle wide open. Pete and Steve Colvin lead. Lee Jones and Steve Henderson. Andy Colvin and Luke Russell still holding on to that third place. So with 7 outfits contesting it, only one will not make the final. Which one will it be? Round they come, 99. Pete and Steve Colvin take the win. From local man Lee Jones and Steve Henderson. Here we go then, race 8. The solo, older 2-valve upright machines. I know they're older riders or older bikes they're talking about here, but machines with upright engines, whereas the modern things all have these fancy laid down frames with the engine lays horizontal. They say it makes them drive harder and better. And these older machines must have the engine sitting upright. It's the only qualification. If it lays down, it's a lay down. If it sits up, it's an upright. And upright they go, down the first straight. Aaron Elvis Vale gets down to the first turn, but Johnny Yeldham takes it from him and gets the whole shot. Now to the turn, all very wide indeed, giving them a big chance to catch up on the inside. It's 46, Johnny Yeldham leading. 152, Aaron Elvis Vale in second place, then Arnold Fenner in third. Barry Joyce, I think that is sitting there in fourth. Karl Rushen, I think, moving up the ranks now. See if we can get a few of them as they come past. 46, well that's Johnny Yeldham, that's Arnold Fenner, that's Aaron Elvis Vale, that's Karl Rushen. Then 157 and 57 are both the Joyce boys. 57's Barry Joyce, 157 is Sam Joyce. Barry's the father, Sam's the son, if I remember correctly. Here they come then, last lap already, and John Yeldham's flying. Arnold Fenner in second, Karl Rushen in third. Now, what is Karl Rushen doing today? Normally he wins all the heats, the last 2 meetings. Oh, he goes for the inside on Arnold Fenner on the last turn. The fight is on. Arnold Fenner squares the throttle on the outside. Who's going to get the ride up the banking? Who's going to take the checkered flag? The checkered flag goes for John Yeldham from Karl Rushen in second, then 32 Arnold Fenner. Aaron Elvis Vale, Barry Joyce, Sam Joyce, 43 Stuart Allen, 67 John Chaldicock. Right then, Father's Day Grasstrack, eh? Actually it's the Ken Marshall Memorial Grasstrack. Oh, and away go the left-hand sidecars then. Steve Dowling, Neil Smith in this one. Andrew Evans is a non-starter. We've only got 3 of them, so somebody else must be a non-starter as well. But Will Penfold leading after his win last week at the Scintillator. He's leading here at the Ugley Speed Bowl from Steve Dowling in second, Danny Holman in third. No 25, Tony Penfold, no 4, Andy Evans. They were given to me as non-starters. I didn't have time to give them to you. Round they come then, 22. Young Will Penfold, only 18 years of age, with his uncle, Nigel Shaw in the chair. Steve Dowling, Neil Smith in second place. Danny Holman, Nick Gear in third. Out comes the last lap flag then, and it's 22 Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw from 34 Steve Dowling and Neil Smith, and then number 12 Danny Holman and Nick Gear. Half a lap to go and Will Penfold is leading. Steve Smith starts to make a move on this last corner. He's closed up a couple of bikes lengths, but I don't think it'll be enough to do it. The checkered flag goes for Will Penfold. Nigel Shaw from 34 Steve Dowling and Neil Smith, followed by 12 Danny Holman and Nick Gear. Official result in a moment. Race 10 then, left-hand sidecars again, second heat for the Ben Kinchin Memorial Shield. We look for Mike Downs and Mick Arling, Chris Downs and A.N. Other, Hugh Phillips and Tim Phillips, Martin Cuff, Steve North, and Billy Penfold, A.N. Other. Not sure how many we've got. How many have we got out of that lot? 1, 2, 3, 4. One missing, I think. So they come on the starter's orders and away they go. Quick start there, the tapes were up quickly and Hugh and Tim Phillips lead from the outside. They go up the first straight, they've got the whole shot, and the British champion Martin Cuff is in hot pursuit. So it's Hugh and Tim Phillips from Martin Cuff and Steve North. From 114 Mike Downs and 113, sorry, wrong way round. 113 Chris Downs and 114 Mike Downs. I've got that wrong as well. Oh, Mr. Cuff unfortunately is out with problems, leaving it all to Hugh and Tim Phillips from Wales. Did he just miss a gear then, or the chain come off? Jumped out again. No, his hands go in the air. I think they must have lost the chain. I heard the revs rise like the chain was off or it jumped out of gear, and out goes Hugh and Tim Phillips. It just leaves it to the Downs crew, the Downs boys. That's father leading, son chasing. There's only two stay in this race. Round they come for the last lap flag then. It's Chris Downs leading from Mike Downs in second place. Mike Downs and Mick Arling bringing up the rear. Chris Downs and Damien Jarvis, I think that is, leading at the moment. If they close up on the last turn, the boy's not going to let Dad run away with it. Dad's not going to let the boy go past either. This is going to be exciting stuff out of this last turn as they come up to the checkered flag. It's going to be close, but it is Chris Downs that takes it from Mike Downs in second. Or his next race, I should say. 343 miles. He's keen, isn't he? Well, they are. Father and son team. It's their son's second time out on an LP. I think they came second last week at the Scintillator. And they're out for a win here at the Ben Kinchin Memorial Race today. And this is the youth, juniors and cadets. Looked like a good start there. I think that's Brendan Warville, but could get my binoculars out, I suppose, and have a look. Brendan Warville it is. He leads up this first straight. From Sean Felitas, I think that is in second place, number 1, followed by Kenny Bowdry in third. Kenny Bowdry, I think, is the what should I say? He's a cadet rather than a junior, therefore he's on the smaller machine, so he's winning his class in third place at the moment. Brendan Warville leads them. Sean Felitas in second place. Immaculately dressed, immaculately attired riders and machines in these junior races. Kenny Bowdry goes back a place, but I'm not sure who's overtaken him. I'll give me around the colour of these number plates, so I can tell you which ones were which, couldn't I? The red plates are the juniors, and a win for Brendan Warville. Second place to number 1, Sean Felitas. Then it's number 3, George Ransley, but he's on a cadet. And 44 is another cadet. I've got a name for him. At 99 and 11. What happened to 33? Oh, he stopped there in the bottom there. Race 11 then, a win for number 50, Brendan Warville. Second place, number 1, Sean Felitas. In third place, it was number 3, George Ransley. And in fourth place, number 44, we think might have been Natalia Willis. In fifth place was 99, Aidan Baxter. And sixth place was number 11, who we don't have a name for either. The winner's time was 56 seconds, a speed of 46.61 miles per hour. Youth intermediates. These are the bigger ones of the youth, riding 250cc machines, most of them. And Craig Drury leads. From Shane Bovis. from Michael Bovis. Bovis boys, second and third at the moment. There's Lawrence Barber, but there's a battle going on for that fourth place at the moment. Number 10, Craig Drury leads. Number 4, Michael Bovis in second place. 14, Shane Bovis in third. Michael Bovis takes the lead on that corner. Craig Drury has to go back at him up this end of the straight. Up the hill they come then. It's number 4. Michael Bovis on one of those 250 laid down Jawas, followed by another 250 laid down Jawa with Craig Drury on board. Checkered flag comes out. A win for 4, Michael Bovis. From 10, Craig Drury. Oh, that was close. I'll leave that one to the lap scorers. And those two followed by number 17. Way there was number 10, Craig Drury. In third place it was 111, Adam Portwood. And in fourth place was number 14, Shane Bovis. Fifth place was number 17. I think it's Lawrence Barber. And sixth place was number 26, Jake Pope. In seventh place was 222, Adam Harper. The winner's time was 69.8 seconds, a speed of 50.99 miles per hour. Here we go, please don't drop any litter, and we are away with the 250cc solos. Leg 2 begins. Adam Shipp leads this time as he did last time with 64, David Knowles in close attendance. Paul Simmons hammering away there in third. Now watch that David Knowles, he managed to get past Adam Shipp last time, and Adam Shipp will need to defend his position if he wants to come out champion of this event at the end of the day. So 16, Adam Shipp leads. David Knowles coming out trying to come on the inside. Those two locked into battle. Paul Simmons a bit further down the field. All the 250s go in this race. That's races 13 and 14 combined. Last that flag out already then, and Adam Shipp is just holding on to a slender lead, and David Knowles tries the outside now, and they can't get on up with the tail enders. David Knowles trying to go around the outside. It's goal for leather as they come around this corner. The checkered flag is out, and it's going to be close, and David Knowles takes it on the line from Adam Shipp in second place. Followed by number 21, Scott Ryan. Wow. What a turnout for the books. David Knowles comes good twice. In 4 legs, Adam Shipp will have to win the other 2 to force a draw. Tension builds, drama mounts. Well, quickly we can then. Race 14, the 250cc solos, a win for 64. David Knowles, second, 16, Adam Shipp. Third was number 31, we'll do it later. Can't do it above the noise of that lot. We'll do it later. These are the 350cc solos then. Dave Mears and Richard Smith meet again in this one, and Richard Smith again gets the whole shot, and he's away. Richard Smith will take some catching now, and Dave Mears is there in second place. Then 59, Chris Pay having a better ride this time. Stuart Mears, David's son, down there in fourth place. Then it's Chris Watts, and it's Matt Etherington. Didn't expect to see Matt Etherington as low down as that. And Richard Reid, I think that is rolling back to the pits with problems. Here we come then. It's 33 in first place, Richard Smith. Dave Mears gaining a few yards on him there, I think. Stuart Mears and Chris Pay having their own private battle. Then Matt Etherington, then Chris Watts. Dave Mears takes over on the front line. Richard Smith drops down a second. Looks like he's got a problem. I don't know what it is, but he seems to have slowed up dramatically. Seems like a very bad misfire. So Dave Mears gaining some points here as he powers towards victory from Richard Smith, who's looking over his shoulder to see what the opposition is. Can he coach this thing up to that checkered flag in second place? Dave Mears takes the win. Richard Smith cruises home for second, then Stuart Mears in third, Chris Pay in fourth, Matt Etherington in fifth, and Chris Watts in sixth. Official result in a jiffy. Fifth was 182, Chris Still. Sixth was number 178, Scott Campos. Seventh was 74, Mark Powell. Eighth was number 24, Luke Pacey. Ninth was 21, Scott Ryan. 10th was 57. Ricky Pye. No other finishers. The winner's time was 62.32 seconds, a speed of 57.11 miles per hour. And I'm sorry, Gary, but the limelight's all yours as you go round there. Let's get this other result out of the way and catch ourselves up. Race 15. 350cc solos as a win for 19, Dave Mears. Second, 33, Richard Smith. Third, 14, Stuart Mears. Fourth was 59, Chris Pay. Fifth was 5, Matt Etherington, and sixth was number 12, Chris Watts. The winner's time was 62.23 seconds, a speed of 57.19 miles per hour. Gary Southgate, Joanne Brian Brown. Always has a female passenger, doesn't he? I don't know where Laura Kerrison is this afternoon, but she's had enough of being bounced up the track for a few weeks. Thought she'd let the bruises mend a bit before she comes out again, eh? And Joanne Brian Brown really enjoying her grass track ride. Maybe stopped play for a while, but she's back out there now. 44, Gary Southgate, Joanne Brian Brown, the winners of race 16. And away we go then, 500cc solos, and Richard Smith gets the whole shot, but he's dropped back into second place as Stevie Green takes over. Stevie Green powers on in front from 33, Richard Smith, from 13, Rob Watts, from 555, Michael Copestake bringing up the rear. 4 runners in this one. And Stevie Green is absolutely flying. Gone a little bit wide there though. Richard Smith in no position to take advantage of it. 66, Stevie Green leads. 33, Richard Smith cruising around in second place. I think he's just biding his time here. I think that when the final comes he'll be getting his finger back out. Only looks down at the engine though. He's looking down at the bike as if he's got problems. 66, Steve Green. 1 lap to go. Richard Smith in mechanical trouble. Looks over his shoulder again, and Rob Watts is closing in on him. Michael Copestake bringing up the rear. Round the last turn then for the last time. Up the banking goes 66, Stevie Green. A good win for him. From 33, Richard Smith limping home again. From 13, Rob Watts. Bringing up the rear, 555. Michael Copestake. Race 17, 66, 33, 13, 555. 63 seconds precisely, 56.49 miles per hour. I'm going to try and slow the pace down a little bit because the lap scorers are finding it hard to get the result to me and me get the result out before the next race. So we're going to slow the pace down just a little bit. Here we go then. Race 18, the 500cc solos. Watch out for John Yeldham and Jason Hilliard in this one. Round they come then. Who's got the whole shot? It's Scott Campos. Scott Campos leads from Jason Hilliard in second place. John Yeldham in third. Craig Speed in fourth. Richard Cooper in fifth. Scott Campos got the bit between his teeth this time. Scott Campos flat out up that banking. 2 more laps to go for Scott Campos from Jason Hilliard in second. And out goes John Yeldham. John Yeldham out with problems. Craig Speed moves up to third, Richard Cooper up to fourth. Here they come. 178, Scott Campos from 47, Jason Hilliard. From Craig Speed and Richard Cooper. Round the last turn for the last time then, young Scott Campos got the bit between his teeth this afternoon. He goes for gold, he takes that checkered flag. From 47, Jason Hilliard in second place. Craig Speed earning good points there in third. And Richard Cooper rolling home in fourth. Those riders going to the line then. Green flag, understarters orders, and away they go. 3 outfits charged towards the first turn. Pete Colvin's got the lead. Pete Colvin gets the whole shot. Quick turn right down the straight he goes. Andy Colvin in second. It's the Colvin takeover. The Meakins brothers in third place. So it's Pete and Steve Colvin on the first outfit. Andy Colvin and Luke Russell in second place, and the Meakins boys challenging hard on the inside there, making up a lot of ground, and they're going close together on this next turn. Pete Colvin leads the Meakins boys, break them up. The Meakins boys comes in there. What was that bloke's name years ago on the Speedway? Split Waterman, because he always split the teammates up. So call this boy Split, shall we? Split Meakins. Here they come then, 99, Pete Colvin and Steve Colvin from Junior Tom Meakins, from number 11, Andy Colvin and Luke Russell. Well, Meakins boy's not happy. We're just overtaken Andy Colvin. He's chasing after Pete now. The last lap flag comes out. It's Pete and Steve Colvin in lead. The Meakins boys move up into second place, with Andy Colvin and Luke Russell in third. Oh, they're not losing any ground, are they? But I don't think they're going to gain enough to take this race on this one last corner. Won't stop on trying though. Here comes Pete Colvin and Steve Colvin, father and son team, winners of that race. From the Meakins boys, Julian and Tom. From Andy Colvin and Luke Russell, coming home in third. Race 9. Moving on to Sidecars, race 19A, 1000cc, right-handers. We look for Paul Johnson and Russell Little, Lee Jones, Steve Henderson, Lester Page, Paddy Monk, and John Thorpe, Ian Howe. I was only joking about them strawberries. I've been given strawberries, I've been given grapes, eh? Bloody good here, isn't it? All I want to look at that ice cream. Come here, love, give us that ice cream. Here they come then. 52, Lester Page and Paddy Monk get the whole shot. Paul Johnson trying a long way around the outside. From Lee Jones and Steve Henderson, they drop down to third place as Paul Johnson makes it up to second and sets his sights on Lester Page and Paddy Monk. But Lester's really got a bit between his teeth. He drives hard up the banking and down the straight it goes. It's 52. Lester Page and Paddy Monk from 7. Oh, I know why you're feeding me this stuff. You want to shut me up, don't you? That's what it is. You're trying to shut me up. Take more than a few strawberries. Lester Page and Paddy Monk leading it, but Paul Johnson is right in there and challenging hard. 2 more laps to go. From Lee Jones and Steve Henderson in third. John Thorpe and Hallie in fourth. Now watch that front line because Paul Johnson is moving faster on that inside line. Lester Page and Paddy Monk trying to hold him back. It's going to be tight stuff on this the last lap. Paul Johnson goes for the inside. Lester Page goes for the outside. Lester Page is really screwing that throttle for all he's worth, and Paul Johnson comes through on the inside. Does he? It's tight stuff. Who's going to get this one as they come round the last turn? Nobody's going to give an inch, but I don't know who to take it, you know. I really wouldn't like to decide that myself. It's down to the official chaps next door to me. Race 19A was 7, 52, 3, and 362, 80.86 seconds, 49.88 miles per hour. Back to the 2 valves and uprights. All modern engines all have 4 valves per cylinder. Some of these upright things have probably got 4 valves per cylinder, but to join the 2 classes, and they give an award at the end of the day to the winner of each class. So there is 2 valve class here and upright machine class. I don't think the old eyesight's quite good enough to tell you which ones are which as they go round. I think an additional run to this one will be 63, Karl Rushen. Number 161, Mike Webster was definitely a non-starter. Adrian Harden a non-starter. And Brian Cornelius a non-starter. Karl Rushen was going very well in that first heat. I think the undulating circuit, perhaps he caught him out a little bit first time he's actually ridden here. But he went very, very well. Finished in second place. Can't see him in this one. Oh, there he is. He's in third. Round they come then. 32. Arnold Fenner leads. From Johnny Yeldham in second, Karl Rushen in third. Johnny Yeldham goes around the outside of Arnold Fenner, tries to take the lead, but Arnold Fenner fights back on the inside and gets his front wheel back in front. So it's Arnold Fenner, Johnny Yeldham. Johnny Yeldham goes around the outside again, high, wide and handsome. Oh, Arnold Fenner in second place, then 63, Karl Rushen. 157, Sam Joyce, 57, Barry Joyce, and Aaron Elvis Vale, and 43, Stuart Allen. These were lost John Chaldicott. Oh, there he is, he's in a blind spot. That's a 4 valve Westlake, that last one, I can tell you that. Round they come then. 46, John Yeldham, from 32, Arnold Fenner, from 63, Karl Rushen. Now, is Karl Rushen doing the Tony Reynolds trick? Because the last 2 meetings that these boys rode at, Tony Reynolds was there and he won both the finals, but he didn't win any of the heats. Perhaps Karl Rushen saving his energies for the final. 46, John Yeldham wins it. I think Karl Rushen just took the second from Arnold Fenner. And then it's Barry Joyce, Sam Joyce, Aaron Elvis Vale, and 43, John Chaldicott. 3000cc left hand, and in this one goes Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw. If my memory serves me correct, they had a win first time out, so they'll be gunning for it. Hill Phillips, Tim Phillips, they like a good fight as well. So does Steve Dowling and Neil Smith. It looks like being a good race, this one. Number 25, Tony Penfold, unfortunately a non-starter. Well, only 3 hours away, and Chris Downs didn't get very well away there, did he? But 22, Will Penfold got away. He's got the whole shot, and he's going for it. On the Honda Fireblade engined outfit. Honda leading the world and leading this race at Ugley. Steve Dowling again goes out with problems. Steve Dowling is out with problems. Chris Downs is looking down at his engine and shaking his head, so you can slow up a bit if you want to, Will. Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw in for the kill now to see if they can lap the tail ender. Don't think they'll do it because they'll get the checkered flag when they come up the hill. 114, Chris Downs and Damien Jarvis. That flag man muddled himself up. Did he put that last snap flag out for the long bloke? Oh, Steve Dowling comes back at it now with Neil Smith in the chair, but I don't think he'll get enough laps to qualify. Yeah, that's confused the flag man. He's put the checkered flag out. The win is actually for the third man there. 22, Will Penfold. Second would be Chris Downs, and I don't think Steve Dowling did 3 out of 4 laps, but the lap scorers will no doubt put me right. Ladies and gentlemen, see if I can do this before this race goes off the line. In that last race, the checkered flag went out for the man who was actually last, I think, in the race. Anyway, they took the checkered flag. No, I can't do it. We'll do it in a minute. There will be a slight change to that result. Right then, Sidecars, 1000cc left hand, and Martin Cuff, who broke down in the first one and remains pointless at the moment, is out in front and going for it. And Danny Holman is right there in second place. And Mick Downs and Mick Arling are there in third. So it's Martin Cuff, Steve North, the British champions of 2006, in their winning ways again in 2007. Only comes 128, Martin Cuff. Martin Cuff leading out of that pits corner with Steve North in the chair from Danny Holman and Nick Gear holding on to second. And Mike Downs, Mick Arling holding on to third. The last lap flag goes out. Martin Cuff well on his way this time. Danny Holman goes out with problems. The chain is off. I can see the chain is definitely off that motorcycle. His best bet is to try and roll that as close to that pit gate as he can get it without getting in the way. So, round they come then. A cracking win for Martin Cuff and Steve North, and they need the points now. On 113, Mike Downs and Mike Arling finishing in second. Race 21, we're going to credit third place to number 34. We're going to give third place to number 34. The reason for that was that the checkered flag went out when the first of the 3 outfits came across the line, but that wasn't the winning outfit. The other 2 outfits were about to be lapped by the winning outfit, and the winning outfit was actually the third one over. So the other 2 should have been allowed to go round 1 more lap. Had that happened, Steve Dowling would have got the three from the 4 laps in that he needed to qualify, and he would have been a qualifier. So we put him, granted him that third place. Hope you understand all that. That's race 21 was a win for 22, second 114, and third 34. These are the juniors and the cadets. And Sean Felitas leads this time from Brendan Warville as they come into that first, or coming out now of that first turn. Sean Felitas leading, Brendan Warville in second. Then George Ransley. Then I think that's Natalia Williams, but I might have to be corrected. Then Kenny Bowdry. It's all happening here. Brendan Warville started to make a move on the outside of Sean Felitas. Sean Felitas holding an incredibly tight line and holding on to the lead at the moment with just 1 lap to go. It's Sean Felitas from Brendan Warville, from George Ransley, Natalia Williams, and it's number 11. Who's actually beaten me? I don't know who number 11 is. Is it Karl? I don't know. Number 11. There goes the... Oh, that was tight, wasn't it? That was tight, wasn't it? Blimey. We're going to have to get a photo finish man sitting on top of this caravan for so long this keeps happening. No doubt the line judge has made his decision. Race 23 then. Oh, we'll do it after this one. These are the youth intermediates. The youth intermediates, two Bovis brothers in there, doing very well today. Oh, and a good fast start from the outside there by Michael Bovis, but it's Craig Drury that powers up the inside and gets his nose in front on the first turn. So Craig Drury takes the whole shot, but look at Mr. Bovis coming around the outside there. Michael Bovis has got the throttle wide open. They've been battle right from the start of this one. Craig Drury got the important inside line, but look at the speed there of Michael Bovis powering off that banking, Mick, using every advantage on the circuit. Michael Bovis leads, Craig Drury in second. Third place is Adam Portwood. From 14, Shane Bovis. From 26, Jake Pope. From 17, Lawrence Barber. And 2, Adam Harper. Last lap flag is out. Mr. Bovis going right high and wide up the banking, keeping those revs on. Craig Drury seems to have made a couple of bikes lengths on them on that lap, but not enough to do any damage, I'm afraid. Michael Bovis leads. Craig Drury in second. Adam Portwood in third. The checkered flag goes for Michael Bovis. From Craig Drury. Adam Portwood. Then Shane Bovis, Jake Pope, Lawrence Barber, and Adam Harper. Well, we move on to the third leg this afternoon then. Race 25 in your programme. 250cc solos. Races 25 and 26 will be combined. Number 10, Josh Milner, will not go. Number 17, Tim Mount, will not go. Trying to see who else might. I think 82, Giles Dillmore, he wasn't going to go. Sam Brown and Graham Brown weren't going. Other than that, hopefully a square programme. Here they come then, flat out down the straight they go, and Paul Simmons gets the whole shot. David Knowles goes with him. Well, this will give David Knowles overall victory if he can hang on to the lead here. But he's got a lot of opposite. Oh, and Adam Shipp's bike's blowing smoke everywhere. And he pulls up on the bottom of the side of the circuit there. Well, that's dashed it, because if he could have won this one and the next one, he could have forced a run off at the end of the day, but that's game over for Adam Shipp. 64, David Knowles leading from 31, Paul Simmons. David Knowles will need a disaster now not to win this event, but Adam Shipp got one, so it could happen to anybody. Round they come then. The last lap flag is out. It's 64. David Knowles from 31. Paul Simmons from 182. Chris Still from 178. Scott Campos from 74. Mark Powell. And it's all happening here this afternoon. As Ricky Pay gets lapped on the last turn. 64, David Knowles takes the win. Ignore 57, he's a lap in arrears. And it's 31, Paul Simmons is second. Chris Still is third. Scott Campos in fourth. Followed by Mark Powell, Elliot Ryan. And number 21, Scott Ryan. And number 24, Luke Pacey. Race 27, 350cc's. Let's hope Richard Reed has better luck this time. He's had 2 engine failures in 2 races so far this afternoon, so he needs a bit of luck. Chris Pay will be out there. I haven't seen Mike Faulkner all day, so I guess he's not here. 68, Dan Barrick was an official non-starter anyway. Matt Etherington not having the best of days. Perhaps he doesn't like the undulating circuit. Then we've got Chris Watts, Stuart Mears, Dave Mears, Richard Smith. Brian Corning is a non-starter after his little spill last week, where unfortunately he got knocked unconscious for a few minutes. Richard Smith pushing his machine, going back to the pits, his machine following him, so unfortunately no Richard Smith in this one. Off the line they go then down the straight. Dave Mears traps first. Dave Mears gets the whole shot. Into the first turn they go. I think that's Richard Reed in second place, so he's got his machine going again. It's 19 Dave Mears to lead, 56 Richard Reed in second, then 59 Chris Pay, then 14 Stuart Mears, and 12. Oh, look at Richard Reed going through on the inside of Dave Mears. It's not very often you see anybody overtake Mears, but Richard Reed's just done it. Richard Reed gets the power on the ground and drives forwards. Dave Mears challenging with him, and away they go. On 14, Stuart Mears moving up into third, going out to his dad's help, I should think. But David Mears goes really wide on that turn, allowing Richard Reed to gain a few yards. Richard Reed powering around that turn. Takes the last lap flag from 19, Dave Mears. 14, Stuart Mears. Dave's son in third place. Then it's Chris Pay and Chris Watts. Chris Pay goes wide and lets Chris Watts through on the inside. There goes the checkered flag for 56, Richard Reed. Second place to 19, Dave Mears. Followed home by Stuart Mears, Chris Watts and Chris Pay. Well, Gary comes from up Cambridge way, so he's had a fair drive down. Well, not a fair drive, I suppose, but he's had a drive down today. And Joanne Brown, I'm not quite sure where she lives, but she's obviously come here to do the business, and doing the business she is. Flat out off the line then, down the first straight. He's got the whole shot, you know. He's definitely got the whole shot. There'll be no arguing on the result of this race. We won't need a photo finish for this one. Gary Southgate, Joanne Brown. 500cc Jawa engine. Not sure who makes these Strimmer frames these days. That was Strimmer, not Zimmer. He's not that old. Lovely tight corner. No wheelies today either. He's getting some good practice in here. Doesn't have to worry about what anybody else is doing round him. Got the throttle open. Down the back straight he goes. Valuable points on the grading list. We could see him in Europe next year. Officiating, not riding. 44. Gary Southgate, Joanne Brown with just that one lap remaining. Round the ugly speed bowl. Tight lines. Throttle open. The checkered flag goes for Gary Southgate and Joanne Brown. Scott Campos, he had a win earlier, so he should be out there and going good. Craig Speed's finished well all afternoon, as has Aaron Vale. However, Matt Henderson's been out on the 500, I don't think he has. He's only been on the 350, hasn't he? Rob Watts will go in this one. Dave Mears hasn't appeared in the 500s yet this afternoon, and Richard Smith is last. Richard Smith last. Oh, he's given him a head start. He goes around the outside of Craig Speed. He comes up alongside Rob Watts. He moves up into second place. In one lap, he's gone from last to second. Scott Campos is away though. Can Scott Campos hold on to it, or will Richard Smith reel him in? Richard Smith not looking his usual self at the moment. Whether he's aggravated one of those injuries that he recently had and he's decided to take it a bit easy. Whether he's saving the motor or whether he's got problems, I'm not sure. Scott Campos, no problems for him. He's absolutely flying. On the last lap he goes. Half a lap ahead of Richard Smith. Almost, anyway. So Richard Smith then. Battling on in second place. Rob Watts in third. Craig Speed in fourth. But here comes the winner. There's the checkered flag. No doubt about it. 178. Scott Campos takes his second win of the afternoon. 33. Richard Smith cruises home for second. Rob Watts powers past in third. Then it's 169. Craig Speed. 500cc solos again. No Karl Rushen, he's in the upright class. Other than that, no Tim Mount. I think the race should go ahead at that. Or maybe we didn't have a Nick Mallet. A funny feeling we didn't have a Nick Mallet. So the race should consist of Stevie Green, Rob Mears, Richard Cooper, John Yeldham, Jason Hilliard. And away they go. As expected, Stevie Green's got the whole shot. Stevie Green gets up to the first turn first. Jason Hilliard in second place. Richard Cooper in third. Michael Copestake in fourth. Here they come. 66, Steve Green. Be interested to get his time and compare that with the time of Scott Campos. Scott Campos, I'm told, has just completed the fastest time of the day. The fastest time of the day goes to Scott Campos at the moment. Round they come then. 66, Steve Green leads. 47, Jason Hilliard in second place. Then it's 37, Richard Cooper. And 555, Mike Copestake. Last lap flag comes out for Stevie Green. Looking fast. 47, Jason Hilliard in hot pursuit. From 37, Richard Cooper. And 555. Mike Copestake. The checkered flag is out. Steve Green takes another win. From 47, Jason Hilliard. Then 37. Richard Cooper. And 555, Neil Copestake. Here they come then, on the start line. It's the right-hand side cars, under starters orders, and away they go. Good clean break. Who's going to get what? Paul Johnson gets the whole shot. Paul Johnson is away around that first turn, and old Pete Colvin seems to have got caught up in the tail enders. Not sure what happened there for Pete Colvin. He didn't seem to get off the line too quick, but Paul Johnson absolutely flew from the start, and he's underway. Doesn't look like anybody's going to trouble him in this one. It's 7, Paul Johnson and Russell Little from 211. Julian and T.Meakins from 99. Pete and Steve Colvin on 362. John Thorpe and Ian Hallie. Number 7, Paul Johnson. Way out in front. Russell Little in the chair. Bringing down the side, I should say, with his right-handers, shouldn't I, really? And it's Julian and T.Meakins. Pete and Steve Colvin. John Thorpe and Ian Hallie bringing up the rear. Last lap flag for Paul Johnson. Very colourful, very fast this afternoon. I do believe that this meeting is a round of the Eastern Centre Championship, so some very valuable points on the finals here this afternoon. Number 7, Paul Johnson and Russell Little, the previous Eastern Centre champions in their own right, so maybe they're going for it again this year. Stuart and T.Meakins come home in 2nd, Pete and Steve Colvin in 3rd. John Thorpe and Ian Hallie bringing up the rear. 52, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. Number 11, Andy Colvin and Luke Russell. They're going to the line. Where's Lee Jones and Steve Henderson then? No, we're not going to get them this time. I know Colin Pardo and Daniel Seville were non-starters from the off, but Lee Jones and Steve Henderson had been out earlier. They also have won the Eastern Centre Championship right-hand sidecars, so I'm sure they'd like to have scored some points here. Those rise tapes flying, away we go. Lester Page and Paddy Monk trap well, get the whole shot, and down the straight they go from Andy Colvin and Luke Russell in 2nd place. Just 2 outfits doing battle here. Round they come then. Lester Page, Paddy Monk, powering on. From 11, Andy Colvin and Luke Russell. Round they come then. 2 more laps to do for Lester Page and Paddy Monk. From 11, Andy Colvin and Luke Russell. Nicely spaced apart, makes it easy for us in here. Commentary box and me the commentator and them the lap scorers. And the finish marshal, won't need a photo finish this time I doubt. 1 more lap to go for Lester Page and Paddy Monk. On number 11, Andy Colvin and Luke Russell. Up the bank in for the last time. Lester Page and Paddy Monk take the win. Andy Colvin and Luke Russell finish in 2nd place. Those riders settling down on the line then. Starter not happy. They're under starter orders now. And there goes the tape, and here come the riders. Flat out down the straight. John Yeldham gets the whole shot. John Yeldham comes out of the turn first. Barry Joyce on the inside in 2nd place. Then Arnold Fenner. Then Karl Rushen. Aaron Elvis Vale. Stuart Allen and John Chaldicott bringing up the rear. Round they come then, wheelies and all, 46. John Yeldham powers on. From 32, Arnold Fenner. From Barry Joyce, Karl Rushen, Sam Joyce, Aaron Elvis Vale, Stuart Allen and John Chaldicock. Deep battle going on in the midfield there as Karl Rushen tries to get the better of Barry Joyce. Round they come, 46, John Yeldham. Oh, Arnold Fenner. Karl Rushen now up into third. Barry Joyce down to fourth. Sam Joyce in fifth. Then Stuart Allen, Aaron Elvis Vale, John Chaldicock. Checkered flag out, and round comes the winner being 46, John Yeldham. Arnold Fenner comes home in second, Karl Rushen in third, then Barry Joyce, Sam Joyce, Stuart Allen, Aaron Elvis Vale, John Chaldicock bringing up the rear. So a very open affair actually, because I think the left-hand sidecars will be an all-in. All those that are left running at the end of the day will be going in the final. So heats for a bit of practice only. Steve Dowling, Neil Smith get the whole shot. Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw in second place. Now, knowing what a little racer Will is, he'll want to overtake him. If that was me, I'd just sit there in that second place knowing I was going to make the final. But these young boys don't think like old men just well, really. It would be very exciting me out there, would it? Steve Dowling, Neil Smith. 22, Will Penfold, Nigel Shaw. And number 12, Danny Holman, Nick Gear. Whilst we're thinking about young Will Penfold out there, his grandma, Daff, who does an awful lot of work for the GTSA, was hanging out the washing the other day and fell over and broke her ankle. So get well, Daff, from everybody here at the Grasstrack. I thought riding motorbikes was supposed to be dangerous. Perhaps you should take that up, Daff, and let the boys do the hang of the washing up, eh? They'll do it. Round they come then. We have Steve Dowling and Neil Smith holding on to the advantage right the way to the checkered flag. Will Penfold perhaps did put an old head on young shoulders and settle for that second place after all. Danny Holman and Nick Gear following home in third. Left-hand sidecars, again for the Ben Kinchin Memorial Shield. This I think will be the last of the qualifying heats. Soon be interval time and then we'll go into the finals. But anyway, let's stick with this one for a minute. 34. Race 34, Ben Kinchin Memorial Shield, route for 113, Mike Downs and Mick Arling. 114, Chris Downs and Damien Jarvis. 128, Martin Cuff and Steve North. That's the lineup for race 34. All three outfits going. On the starter's orders. Away they go. Flying out of the start, Martin Cuff and Steve North making no mistakes now after the mishap they had earlier on with mechanical problems, but going for gold here. Martin Cuff, Steve North, 113. Mike Downs and Mick Arling, and Chris Downs, Damien Jarvis bringing up the rear. Martin Cuff, Steve North, from Mick Downs, Mick Arling, and Chris Downs, Damien Jarvis. Damien passengering well. I expect somebody else will swipe him later in the season. 128, Martin Cuff, Steve North on the last lap, from Mick Downs and Mick Arling. 114, Chris Downs. Damien Jarvis bringing up the rear. The checkered flag goes for the British champions of this class, Martin Cuff and Steve North. 113, Mick Downs and Mick Arling, followed by his dad, Chris Downs, with Damien Jarvis. Race 35, youth, juniors and cadets. We're looking for number 1, Sean Felitas, who's gone very well this afternoon, as has number 50, Brendan Morville. Number 3, George Ransley. 14, Natalia Willis. 33, Kenny Bowdry. 99, Aidan Baxter. And 17, Lawrence Barlow. That's the runner. Run up for race 35. time for a burger, I think. Flat out off the straight to go, then Sean Felitas gets the whole shot down to the first turn. Round they come then, number 1, Sean Felitas, leading up the banking. From 14, Natalia Willis. From 50, Brendan Warville. 33, that's Kenny Bowdry, then George Ransley, then Aidan Baxter. And number 11, who's not actually in the programme. Could be Conor Locke, but I'm really not sure. Round they come then. Last lap flag is out for Sean Felitas from Brendan Warville, Kenny Bowdry, Natalia Willis, George Ransley, Aidan Baxter. I believe that's Conor Locke. The checkered flag, is out, and the boys do battle, but it's just Sean Felitas from Brendan Warville in that one. And it's 3 gets the nod on 33, followed by 14. And these last two having a right ding-dong battle to the finish. Look. Another close finish. Another close finish. Race 35, then a win there for number 1, Sean Felitas. Second place was 50, Brendan Warville. Third was number 3, George Ransley. Fourth was number 33, Kenny Bowdry. Fifth was 14, Natalia Willis. And sixth was number 99, Aidan Baxter. And the seventh was number 11, I believe that's Conor Locke. The winner's time was 55.8 seconds, and the average speed of 46.77 miles per hour. These are the youth intermediates, these are the big boys. Just before the interval. Off the line they go then, down the first straight. Craig Drury gets the best of it. Once again, with Michael Bovis moving up into second place. I think it's Shane Bovis actually holding third. Round the turn they come then. Craig Drury rides up the banking. Number 4. Michael Bovis goes after him. Lawrence Barber moving up into third. Come out of that corner, or is he? No, Shane Bovis just holds on to it. Looks much the other way round to me, but Shane doing well to hold on to that, but he's got 2 Predators on his tail. Round they come then. Number 10, Craig Drury, right of the banking. He's up on the top of the field, and he's at the top of the race. It's 10, Craig Drury. Look at that, Michael Bovis going through on the inside. Michael Bovis took a dramatic inside turn there and powered his way to the front. It's Michael Bovis that leads. Craig Drury in second place. 1 more lap to go, then it'll be interval time. Number 4, Michael Bovis. 10, Craig Drury. 14, Shane Bovis. Adam Forwood and Lawrence Barber side by side. Jake Pope bringing up the rear at the moment, and a broken down man down the far end. I think that's Adam Harper, number 222, pushing back to the pits. Number 4, Michael Bovis takes the win from 10, Craig Drury. Oh, another tight finish there. Just Adam Forwood, I think, from Natalia Willis, from Lawrence Barber, from Jake Pope. Hope that's all right. Then was number 5, and I think that was John Young, South End, Hagen BSA 250. And a Hagen Jap 500. Living in Eastwood. Ian Jorgensen came from Billericay. Number 6, M. Simmons. Could it be? The club was South End. Riding an L-Star 250. Living at Rayleigh. I don't think that was Malcolm Simmons. I think that was a different M. Simmons. Oh, we've got riders on the line. I'm reminiscing into old times there with that program. I think there's some of those here for sale if you want to buy one. Also some club badges and things available from the Secretary's tent, that blue tent in the far corner of the field. Round they come, it's the 250s, and Adam Shipp's more smoking again, but it seems to have settled. Adam Shipp leading with Paul Simmons hard on the inside. David Knowles going around the outside. It's tight stuff. Smoke again from that machine, but Adam Shipp taking David Knowles a bit wide. Round the corner they come. David Knowles has made it. David Knowles has gone to the front. David Knowles leads. Adam Shipp challenges again and goes through on the inside. Adam Shipp powers away. David Knowles on the outside. David Knowles comes again and takes the lead. Adam Shipp's not given up yet. He's fighting on the inside there. Adam Shipp then leading up to the last lap, and more smoke, and the thing stopped. I think the engine's actually seized. I think the engine is actually seized on that machine. What bad luck for Adam Shipp. And now Paul Simmons is having a go. Paul Simmons takes the lead on the last turn. Paul Simmons goes for it. Out of the last turn, the checkered flag comes out, and Paul Simmons takes the win. David Knowles in second. Chris Still in third. Elliot Ryan. Scott Campos. I remember 74. just cocked that up, didn't I? Sorry about that. Race 37. What I did was I turned the page back to read some names and then read the result of that race. Sorry. What I said the first time. 31, 64, 182, 20, 178, 74, 21, 24 and 57. 66.3 seconds, 53.68 miles per hour. Hope you didn't cock that lot up. I thought if you did, I apologise. Race 38. On to the 350cc's. Over Chris Watt, Stuart, Mears, Matt Etherington, Dave Mears, Richard Smith, Richard Reid. Richard Reid went very well earlier, didn't he? Dave Mears traps first. Looks like Chris Pay's gone with him. Richard Reid comes through from third up into second place and chases hard out. That's Richard Smith doing that, sorry. Richard Reid in third, it's Stuart Mears in fourth, it's Chris Pay in fifth, and Chris Watts in sixth. 19, Dave Mears crosses the line. He was on top on points. I think he had 29 points going into that race. So he obviously comes out the master of the class this afternoon. Richard Smith finishing in second in that race, and Richard Reid in third in that race. Overall points will be announced later. Race 39 then, Gary Southgate and Joanne Brian Brown, again the only challengers, and went down and saw Gary in the interval, getting some of these super fast 500cc sidecars into our Kent Cracker meeting in a few weeks' time, which I haven't had time to mention. But there goes Gary Southgate and Joanne Brian Brown. Joanne Brian Brown, as I said, took last year out to have a baby. I think the little baby's name's David, and he'll be 1 year old tomorrow. 1 year old tomorrow. And it's lovely to see that Joanne Brian Brown can get back in that Kevlar suit, after all that swelling. What's up, Bert? Where they go then? There's no answer to that, Bert, is there? Where they come then? Gary Southgate and Joanne Brian Brown right up the banking for the last time this afternoon and win the 500cc sidecar class in style. Also on 32 points was 178 Scott Campos. In 6th place was 74 Mark Powell on 27. 7th place was 16 Adam Shipp on 22. 8th was 22 Scott Ryan on 21. 9th was 24 Luke Pacey on 19. And 10th was 57 Ricky Pay on 14 points. Well, I've been told that the smoke was actually where the mudguard was rubbing the tyre of Adam Shipp's bike with a suspension problem he's had this plagued him all afternoon, and I think at the end there I think that a suspension mounting bolt snapped and caused the lock to lock up on the back wheel. That's why the back wheel skidded when I thought the engine had seized, and he cruised into the middle. Well, there you go. Keeping you up to date with information. 350cc solos. This afternoon's winner was 19 Dave Mears on 46 points. In second place was 14 Stuart Mears on 38 points. In third place was 33 Richard Smith on 34 points. In fourth place, number 12 Chris Watts on 32 points. Fifth place 59 Chris Pay on 31 points. Sixth place 56 Richard Reid on 22 points. And in seventh place was number 5 Matt Etherington on 18. We move on. It's the 500cc solo final. This is the big one, chaps, of the afternoon for the solo classes. On the starters' orders. Away they go. Oh, somebody's wheeling right off the back. Somebody in the blue leathers there. That's bad luck for him. He's onto his knee, but that's as far as he's got. He's rolled over onto his back, and it looks like it's Steve Green that's gone. It's 33 Richard Smith leading, but the red flags are out. Red flags are out. The race being stopped. Like Stevie Green took a right pearler there off the line. The 500cc solo final without Stevie Green, who fell and has been excluded from the rerun. So it leaves Scott Campos was the next best man on points, followed by Richard Smith, followed by Jason Hilliard, Rob Watts, Craig Speed, Richard Cooper, Michael Copestake and John Yeldham. Let's see what happens here then. John Yeldham's low score there will certainly not stop him from wanting to be up on the front line. Richard Smith gets a reprieve, and 178 Scott Campos, one of our young riders of the future, starting to make his presence felt in this meeting. Run the starter's orders. And they're away. Richard Smith traps first. Richard Smith goes down that straight. He's well away from the rest of the pack. Jason Hilliard in second. The red flags come out. Let's have a look at this programme while they're sorting themselves out down there. You know, it's all filled in. Number 89, P. Bundock. I knew a Kevin Bundock, must have been his son, I guess. Oh, Jasper. Anyway, this is the 500cc final. It's race 40 and it's underway. Down the straight we go this time. Scott Campos gets the best of it. Scott Campos goes into the first turn first. Richard Smith holds the throttle on a little bit longer and goes round the outside to pick up the lead with Scott Campos holding a tight line on the inside. It's 33, Richard Smith, Scott Campos, Jason Hilliard, John Yeldham, Rob Watts, Craig Speed, Richard Cooper and Mike Copestake. Scott Campos having another go on that inside run, making Richard Smith chase hard for the money. He tries it again on the inside there and Scott Campos goes by. Scott Campos just with his front wheel in front as they go into that next turn. Richard Smith is there with him. Then it's John Yeldham. Then it's Rob Watts. Richard Smith lost quite a bit of ground on that corner and Scott Campos got a chance to get away. He's showing his colours early in this race and he pulls up a hill. One more lap to go and it's Scott Campos from Richard Smith, who appears to have no answer. Then it's 46, John Yeldham, 13, Rob Watts, 47, Jason Hilliard, 169, Craig Speed, 37, Richard Cooper, and 555 Mike Copestake, and the checkered flag goes for 178, yes. Scott Campos, cruising home again, 33, Richard Smith, from 46, John Yeldham, from 13, Rob Watts, 47, Jason Hilliard, 169, Craig Speed, 37, Richard Cooper, and 555, Mike Copestake. Well, it looks like Scott Campos is coming around for a lap of honour, so please show your appreciation to that young man. Barely old enough to hold a road licence, and here he is winning the final in front of Richard Smith. Give him a round of applause. Wave your programmes at him. Well done, son. Let's see more of it in the future. He's obviously chuffed with that. Why not? And once again, Scott Campos has set the fastest time of the day. From the top, 178, 33, 46, 13, 47, 169, 37, 555, 60.1 seconds, 59.22 miles per hour. Sidecars, 1000cc right-hand final, 7, Paul Johnson and Russell Little were the best point scorers. 99, Pete and Steve Colvin were second best scorers. And 52, Lester Page and Paddy Monk were the third best scorers. Followed by 211, the Meakins boys, number 11, Andy Colvin and Luke Russell. And number 3, if he's going, Lee Jones and Steve Henderson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 riders on the line, and the reserve man sitting there hopeful and waiting, but looks like all 6 are going to go in this. Green flag under starters orders. Tapes fly and here they come. Who's going to get the whole shot down the first straight? They go. And through on the inside is Lester Page and Paddy Monk, but just holding the outside advantage with 7. Paul Johnson and Russell Little, so it's all to fight for on the front line there. Oh, that was a bit nasty as Lee Jones, I think he was breaking down, and the oncoming man has ridden up the side of the machine and crashed. So I think it's the Meakins boys that are on the floor at the moment. Well, he did well, he missed the commentary box. Look at that, look at what I was talking about, those blades, it throws dust and everything everywhere if there is any. Grass beating in the breadth of the wind. that gentle, isn't it? Gentle as a lamb. Look at that. G. Harris and M. Abbott. And we had a P. Goodson, P. Hutchins, N. Burgess and D. Howard, P. Bundock and D. Dick Barton. Over. All filled in. 250 final was run by number 66. There goes the air ambulance. Let's hope that Julian's okay. He's in the best hands possible. Wish him well. Number 66 was Denny Barber. He won the 250 final. On that one, told that the last race of the afternoon won't include Richard Smith. He's got problems with both bikes and he's going home early to fix them. So, the right-hand sidecar final comes back on the line. We have 7. Paul Johnson and Russell Little, 99. Pete and Steve Colvin, and here they go, under starters orders. Nice clean break, a good start, and down the first straight they go into a turn. Paul Johnson's got the whole shot. Paul Johnson goes for it. Pete Colvin comes up on the inside, takes second place, and Lee Jones sits there in third. Fast and furious stuff in the sidecars here as Lee Jones goes a bit wide and opens the door for Lester Page and Paddy Monk to come through. Lester Page chases after Pete Goodwin, who in turn is chasing after Paul Johnson. Number 7, Paul Johnson leading then. Quite a good lead over Pete Colvin at the moment. Lester Page challenging hard. Riding up the bank in, number 7, Paul Johnson leads. Pete Colvin in second, Lester Page in third. Lee Jones in fourth. Andy Colvin in fifth. One more lap to go for Paul Johnson and Russell Little from Pete and Steve Colvin. Lester Page and Paddy Monk challenging hard there in third place. They mean business. Then Lee Jones and Steve Henderson. Andy Colvin bringing up the rear. There's the winner. The checkered flag goes for Paul Johnson and Russell Little. Pete and Steve Colvin come home in second. Lester Page, Paddy Monk in third. Lee Jones and Steve Henderson in fourth. Andy Colvin. The right-hand sidecar final was a cracking win there for number 7, start to finish. That's the way to do it, clean as a whistle. No to Adrian Harden, but please add in a very fast man in his own right, number 63, Karl Rushen. So I must admit, it didn't look like he was getting on too well with the circuit earlier, but I've got a funny feeling things might change when it comes to the final. On the line then, under starters orders, and away they go. John Yeldham gets a fast run into the first corner. He gets up there first. Barry Joyce is in second. Karl Rushen's in third. Arnold Fenner in fourth. Karl Rushen makes his way up to second, or does he? Not quite. Barry Joyce is still holding on to it. Karl Rushen's going for it. That's not Karl Rushen, that's Aaron Vale. Where's Karl Rushen then? He's not out there, is he? Well, I'll be. John Yeldham then. High, wide and handsome. Rides where nobody else does. Keeps the speed up, takes the wide line. John Yeldham leads it. Aaron Vale moves up into second place. Arnold Fenner in a third. Barry Joyce in fourth. Then Stuart Allen. Oh, look at this. Neat stuff on the inside there from 152. Aaron Vale and Arnold Fenner both go past John Yeldham. John Yeldham's got to get his finger out now, and he does so. He's straight back in the lead again. It's John Yeldham leading down the back straight. Arnold Fenner moving up into second place ahead of Aaron Vale. And the checkered flag comes out, and John Yeldham's gone very wide again. But John Yeldham takes it. Arnold Fenner in second. Aaron Vale in third. Barry Joyce, Sam Joyce and Stuart Allen. Race 42. There's a win for number 46, John Yeldham. Second place, number 32, Arnold Fenner. And there goes Arnold Vale now, and there's Aaron Vale and the Joyce boys. Did I miss the winner then? I will say thank you for the strawberries, the bitter and the grapes. Lovely thought, ladies, and perhaps you think I'm wasting away and getting a bit slim. Perhaps I need fattening up a bit. Here we go, it's the left-hand side car final, and we're off to a good start. Martin Cuff and Steve North break through from the pack into the front line in the first corner. Steve Dowling and Neil Smith are holding on there in second place, and little Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw challenging in third. Then Danny Holman in fourth. Mike Downs in fifth. Chris Downs pushing his machine off the circuit. Oh, bad luck that, make the final and not finish it. That's not much fun really. You don't get a signature on your licence if you don't finish it. Round to come then. It is 1, 2, 8. Martin Cuff and Steve North leading from 34. Steve Dowling and Neil Smith. Then 22, Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw. And 12, Danny Holman and Nick Gear. And 114. Mike Downs and Mick Arling. The last lap flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. It's Martin Cuff all the way, the British champion, showing why he's the British champion, because he can ride the best. It goes out of that onto the last lap. One more bend only to go. It is Martin Cuff and Steve North leading from Steve Dowling and Neil Smith. And look at Will Penfold challenging around the outside of the last bend, but it's Martin Cuff, Steve Dowling, Will Penfold, Danny Holman and Mike Downs. Martin Cuff with that breakdown earlier suffered heavily on the points, but he got through the final and he conquered the final when he got there. And well done to Martin Cuff and Steve North. Steve Dowling and Neil Smith a creditable second. And there goes Danny Holman and Nick Gear, and there's Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw and Mike Downs, Mike Arling, the finalists this afternoon. On to the junior and cadets in the youth class. Looking for Kenny Bowdry, Lawrence Barber, Brendan Warville, Talia Willis, Aidan Baxter, Sean Felitas, George Ransley. Here they go. They're on their way down the first straight. Sean Felitas, and Brendan Warville powers by as they go into that turn. I think Sean must have shut that throttle just a fraction earlier than Brendan, and Brendan shot past, and Brendan comes up the banking and rides on towards victory. It's number 1, Sean Felitas in second, then it's Kenny Bowdry, then Natalia Willis. And it's all happening here. Brendan Warville leads it then. Sean Felitas in second place. I've not been kept up to date with the points, so I can't tell you who's where, but these two have been the favourite for this class all afternoon, and 50. Brendan Warville leads. Sean Felitas in second. Kenny Bowdry, George Ransley, Natalia Willis, Aidan Baxter. Not sure who that number 11 is. 50, Brendan Warville takes that checkered flag from Sean Felitas in second place. Then is number 3, George Ransley, getting a bit of a wobble on. Then 33. Kenny Bowdry, then Natalia Willis. 99, Aidan Baxter. And number 11. Completing race distance. Again, show some appreciation. Wave your programs, clap your hands, cheer, shout, do what you want to do. But brave little fella's been out there on the motorbikes all afternoon, and I'm not sure. I know who won the race, but I don't know who's won the class. Well done to our junior riders. That's Michael Bovis and Craig Drury, along with Shane Bovis, Adam Portwood, Jake Pope, Adam Half, Adam Portwood, and all there. Overall, the cadets. Oh, well, they're settling themselves down on the line. Youth Cadet, the champion of the afternoon, is in fact Brendan Warville with 47 points. Second was Sean Felitas with 45 points. Third would be Natalia Willis on 34 points. No, we've done that wrong. done that wrong. I was trying to sort out the juniors from the cadets. Yeah, I realised that, but I've misread it. We'll start again. The juniors was first Brendan Warville on 47, second Sean Felites on 45, and third Aidan Baxter on 28. The cadets was first George Ransley on 40, second Natalia Willis on 34, and then Kenny Bowdry on 26. Leamington Victory Motorcycle Club present the ACU British Masters Grasstrack Challenge. Grasstrack on the 8th of July, Sunday the 8th of July at Ashorn near Warwick. Very good circuit. Practice is 11 AM, the first race is 1:30. It's 500cc solos and 1,000 right-hand sidecars only, an arena trial on the Saturday evening, and we're away with the intermediates. Shane Bovis got the best of the start, but Craig Drury's got the longer legs down that first straight. Craig Drury breaks free. Kev Bovis, that's his dad. Michael Bovis chasing hard in second place, and it's Adam Portwood, Jake Pope, Shane Bovis, Lawrence Barber, and Adam Harper. Craig Drury leads it. Michael Bovis is making his move. He's going to try and go around the outside. I don't think he'll make that one. Craig Drury gains a few yards there as Michael Bovis gets it wrong on that occasion, but there's a couple of laps to go yet. He's getting it better this time as he moves up on the inside and goes through and takes the lead from Craig Drury. It's Michael Bovis leading. Craig Drury now gone very wide, and looks like he's going to settle for second. And the last lap is Michael Bovis from Craig Drury, from Adam Portwood, from Shane Bovis, Lawrence Barber, Jake Pope, and Adam Harper. Into the last turn then, well clear, it is Michael Bovis that leads as he turns that throttle one more time. He takes the checkered flag ahead of Craig Drury in second. Adam Portwood in third. Then Shane Bovis, Lawrence Barber, Jake Pope, and Adam Harper bringing up the rear. Show your appreciation then, ladies and gentlemen. There goes Michael Bovis, the winner of that race. There's Craig Drury, done very well this afternoon. Adam Portwood, got better as the day went on. Shane Bovis. And 17, Lawrence Barber. And 222, Adam Harper. Yeah, could you help the Dunmow Club after this race, and until the race is actually finished, but we'd like these ropes off and wiggle the stakes loose. The whole track's got to come down tonight and be put away ready for next June. And away we go, it's the invitation race. It's a handicap. The 250cc machines go off first, followed by the 350s, followed by the 500s, and they're away. And look at those two fast 500s, it's Scott Campos and Jason Hilliard at the back there, going to try and make their way to the front. Elliot Ryan, I think that is on the front line. Dave Mears on a 350cc machine, he could have the best advantage because he hasn't got so many to get past, and he's got a bit more power with which to stay ahead. It's Dave Mears that goes for it. Dave Mears takes the lead then. From Scott Ryan, from Stuart Mears, from Elliot Ryan, and it's all happening, and the 500cc boys are amongst them. Jason Hilliard leading the 500s, but there goes Scott Campos right alongside. Scott Campos taking a slight advantage over Jason Hilliard, but it's Dave Mears all the way on that 350 on the last lap. They're not going to catch him now. Try as hard as they might. Dave Mears scorching towards victory. Another 50 quid in his pocket. That'll pay with the diesel home, won't it? Dave Mears slides his way around the last turn here at Ugley, the last race here this year. It's 19 Dave Mears that takes the win. Oof, very close there between one of the Ryan boys and Stuart Mears, followed by Jason Hilliard, Scott Campos, the other Ryan fella, and number 24. Right then, so medals then for third place in the youth cadets. Third place this afternoon, it was 33, Kenny Bowdry. If he hadn't broken down in one, I'm sure he'd have done better. 33, Kenny Bowdry. Second place in the cadets went to 14, Natalia Willis. all girly now. She's not got their Kevlar suit on and that helmet, doesn't she? Looks all girly. And the winner of the youth cadets this afternoon, who gets a trophy, I believe, is George Ransley. Was 99, Aidan Baxter. Second place was number 1, Sean Felitas. Could these riders please face the camera for a minute before disappearing? Could you turn around and face the camera, have a big smile, because you're the champion? Or second place anyway. And the champion of the youth juniors was number 50, it's Brendan Warwell. And on to the intermediates. Hang on, I've got to have a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 7th place, it was number 222, Adam Harper. And in 6th place, Jake Pope. Grandson of Bob Miles of British left-hand driver championship fame. Is he not a belt, Jake? Not a belt? Oh. Okay, we'll move up one then. 5th place went to 17, Lawrence Barber. And Lawrence either. Okay, we move on then. 4th place, number 14, Shane Bovis. In 3rd place, Adam Portwood. He knows how to come up to a presentation. Give the sponsors some limelight. Get them on the video. That's the way to do it. 2nd place went to number 10, Craig Drury. And the winner of the class was number 4, Michael Bovis. Overall winners then, and final winners, we have in the 250cc class, young David Knowles. Do the 250s first, I was told get him home, because you've got a long way to go back to York. Camera shy. 350cc winner this afternoon was Dave Mears.
Thank you. Look at the video. Look at the video. That's all right. Thank you. Cheers.
Dave Mears, this is your life. Oh no, sorry, it's some money. 500cc. The winner this afternoon, and pleased to see it, young Mr. Scott Campos.
Thank you very much.
The upright winner this afternoon was John Yeldham. The 500cc sidecar champion, were Gary Southgate and Joanne Bryan Brown. Don't run away, Gary, I've got them forms for you. Where's your ballast then, man? They've won the Ben Kinchin Memorial Shield last year, they've won it again this year. Martin Cuff and Steve North. That's for the left-hand sidecars.
And another one. Don't go away, Mrs. Marshall. Just your hand on this as well. Stand on the side.
Well, end on the video and have a quick look.
Yeah, that's very important.
Okay.
I wonder if they win it 3 years running. The right-hand sidecar champions of the afternoon were Paul Johnson and Russell Little.
One either side, smoke the camera.